Investing in high quality business is something that will help you to perform well on the market. But if you want to outperform on the long run, you really need to invest in company with a wide moat, with a moat that will be very stable, even growing. If it's a growing moat, it's even better, and that will help you to outperform the market. So in this video, we are going to focus on some quality company which have great metrics, no debt, like really quality businesses, and we'll put in the tier list the moat. Okay, we'll set up them by moat. So S will be the highest moat possible, and D the lowest. All of them are quality companies, so to be as good quality like this, they all need to have kind of a moat. Okay, so all the company we'll discover today, they will have a moat. We'll just put them in a way that the one that has the biggest moat, in my opinion, will be on top. So first we have Google, okay, and Google Alphabet. The moat is difficult. It's between S and A. Because why S? Because with everything that they have different moat. They have a good network effect, okay. They have dominant position in some market. They are growing very fast. They are very efficient. Okay, they have very good efficiencies. They show that they did some great acquisition over the time. They have some pricing power. Okay, with Google One, with advertisement and so on. There is some good pricing power, and it's difficult to leave Google when you start using them. It's difficult. Okay, when you start using their service, Google Drive and so on. It's very difficult to go away, so I put Google as a S or A. It will be a A if you think, in my opinion, it's a A if you think that there is a big chance that the Google search will be disrupted. If you don't think Google search will be disrupted, for me it's a S. And in my opinion, I don't think Google search will be disrupted by AI. I think they will probably make some synergy with this. So I put Google as an S. Amazon, it's same. I would put no crop here. Amazon, I put it as a S because the business is so wide. Like, it's so wide that I don't even understand how is it legal that it can be that wide. They have everything. Everything you want in the US, Amazon will have it. Like, you want nice grocery, they own now this food chain. A Whole Food Market. You want to order, they have Amazon Prime now video, Amazon Prime Music. They are really everywhere. They're investing in so many different things. They're even in robots. They even create now their own AI chips. So it's so wide. It's really a business that I love. By the way, both of them I have in my portfolio. So I put Amazon as a S. ASML, I put it at an A. They have a very strong moat, but in my opinion, the moat of ASML is not as strong as the one from Google or Amazon. The reason why is ASML have a critical technology, in a sense that they have some knowledge that nobody has. And apparently, if somebody wants to have it, it will take at least 10 years without even being sure to have the knowledge to build the machine for lithography that they are doing. But the problem I see with ASML is that China cannot order the best machine from ASML because of restriction. If this stay away too long, if this regulations stay too long, I think it can be a problem, because when a country needs, or a company and so on, need a technology which is so important like this, and they have restriction to access it, they will fight all what they can. They will do all what they can to be able to overcome it, to be able to do it by themselves. And I think because of this, China may be able to have some lithography power as ASML have. Obviously, probably not in the next 5 years, but in the next 10 years they may have. And this may, I'm not saying it will disrupt ASML, far from that, okay? ASML will still be there. I'm just saying that it may be problematic, and that's why I don't put it as a S, as well as the market in which ASML is very big, but they really are focused on one thing. So it's either this thing continue to grow, this area for the lithography continue to grow, or it can be problematic. So that's why I'm putting an A, which is very solid. Okay, ASML Moat is very solid. Lilly, Eli and Lilly, here it's all about patent. It's all about patent because, in my opinion, I will put Novo here. Novo is a bit higher than Eli and Lilly. Why? Because Novo is a recognized brand, in the sense that if you have the choice to buy Ozempic or Z-Pound from Eli and Lilly, most of people know Ozempic, but they don't know Z-Pound. There is a very strong brand recognition. People trust Novo Nordisk, while for Lilly, they trust it less because it's it's less known. Novo Nordisk has this European, like it's probably one of the only advantage of being European for Novo Nordisk is people trust more Europe for medicine than they trust America, especially globally in the world. So it would be easier, in my opinion, for Novo Nordisk to be worldwide than Lilly. Doesn't mean that Lilly don't have great products. They have really good drugs. For now, some trial even shows that they may be better than Novo Nordisk one. But I put the Moat of Novo Nordisk a bit higher because of all the relations that they have. The fact that they are always super focused on something. Why it's not on A on S? Because at the end of the day, it still depends on some patent. And patent come to an expiration, yet it should be in 2030, 2031, 32 for Ozempic, Rybelsus, and Wegovy. So because of this, it's not a S or A, but it's a solid B. And Lilly, it's between B and C. I just put Lilly just under Novo Nordisk, but it's between B and C. Taiwan Semiconductor. This one, it's same. I put as an A. It could be a S eventually. The reason I put it as an A, it's very, very critical. Like they have a knowledge that is very critical, but the fact that they need to open always a new location, that they can have some pressure with government, that government is really is really somewhere in the semiconductor industry. That doesn't reassure me, okay? The fact that they're from Taiwan with all the geopolitical tension that they may have here, it could be problematic. But at the end of the day, TSMC, it's a central, okay? Everybody call TSMC when they want chips. Like literally everybody that needs chips call TSMC. So that's why they are very, very important. But I don't put them as an A because it's like they have one knowledge that they can have, but the market is not, I mean, the market is very, very, very big, but it's just that, in my opinion, like Amazon have a wider moat than TSMC. It doesn't mean that TSMC don't have a wide moat. Okay, A, it's extremely good grade. It's just that I cannot put them on the same level, in my opinion, than Amazon and Google. NVIDIA. NVIDIA, for me, for now, it go on C, but it can go up on B and eventually A and S in the future. It go on B, eventually even on D. The reason is, what if in 5 years people don't need NVIDIA chips anymore? What if Amazon is able to produce their own, which are better? Google is able to produce their own and are better. So of course, NVIDIA is not only chips. They have a lot of other business that they're developing with AI and so on. But for now, if we remove the data center chips, we remove all of this, will NVIDIA still be very strong? I think it's a company that is widening its moat, okay? And way faster and way better than could do AMD, for example. But yet, in my opinion, it's not more than a C for now. It still had a moat, okay? But in my opinion, Amazon, Google, all of those companies have a bigger moat than NVIDIA. If in 10 years, I feel like there is more chance that in 10 years those companies will still be great than NVIDIA. NVIDIA, I still have a doubt that in 10 years, will it be way bigger than today? Will it be like way, way bigger? Probably a bit bigger, but I don't know if it would be like way bigger. So that's why NVIDIA is here. I'm also a bit, even if it's not exactly the same, but traumatized by what happened to Intel. While like they were a very big manufacturer a few years ago, they had great chips and so on. And Apple decided to do their own, to go on M1. And from this moment, NVIDIA went to hell. So I'm not saying it will happen the same with Intel went to hell. So I'm not saying it will happen the same with NVIDIA. But because of this, I prefer to be extra careful on this one. Meta. Meta, it's same, it's an A or even an S. The reason I would put it as an S is they're so good to monetize the platform and everybody is using Meta platform every day, every single day. Of course, it's more difficult, in my opinion, to monetize WhatsApp, but it's still some data that will help to monetize better Instagram or Facebook. So it's a S or A. Why could it be an A? Because maybe people will start using less and less Meta, but for now, people continue to use them and they have more users every year. So That's why a S could be solid, okay? So it's between A and S. For me, maybe it's a bit less than Amazon or Alphabet, but it's still very solid. So I would put here. Mastercard. Mastercard is a S. Like you need to have a Mastercard. Like you don't have choices. Either you use Visa or Mastercard. You could have American Express, but it's a bit different. Visa and Mastercard are way better. So I put them both in the same, okay? In my opinion, it's S. There is great network effect. The market is closed. It's so difficult now for somebody new to enter on this market. So they have huge competitive advantage. Salesforce, I put it as a B. As a B or A, no B. They have great product. They're widening their moat with app that can be developed around Salesforce. But it's not an A or S because, in my opinion, those companies are better. In terms of, even if they have CRM, some good CRM and so on, like Microsoft, in my opinion, will still stay over Salesforce. But the good thing is Salesforce seems to have a growing moat. So if their moat continue to grow, I will not be surprised if we can put it a bit higher. But for now, I put it as a B. Uber. Uber is very strange because it's either you think it have a good moat, so it will be a B or A, in the sense that people use Uber app and they don't really have choice. They really like the app. The app is way better than the other, so they use Uber app. Or they don't really have a moat, in the sense that if some people manage to create a good app and manage to have better algorithm and so on, if Waymo advance better and manage to take some share around this, Uber could be a D. It all depends on, is Uber app really necessary? Okay, in the sense that can we stop using Uber app and will people stop use Uber app? It's not can we stop, it's will people use less or stop using Uber app? It's very difficult for me to rank this one, in the sense that I'm not a big user of Uber app. Like I'm always, most of the time I use other app. Okay, I use something different than Uber. I use Bolt, I use Free Now, but I think it got acquired by, I don't remember which one, by Grab or something like this. When I'm in Asia, I use Grab. In Europe, I use mostly Bolt. Uber, I use it sometimes, but I'm most of the time with the others. So that's why maybe in America, Uber is more of a thing. But yeah, it's not something that I can easily use something else than Uber. So that's why, while with Google, I cannot use anything else than Google. Amazon, I cannot. Mastercard, Meta, like every day I'm using one of their services, even Microsoft. So that's why Uber, I put it here. But I don't see people like crazy if they put it as a B or eventually a A, but mostly a B. If they put it as a B, I will understand, but for me it's a D. UnitedHealthcare, I'm not very objective with this one because it's a company that I had in my portfolio and I sold a few months ago before it totally dropped, and I'm happy I sold. The reason I sold, I made a video, but it's basically because they treat client like shit. So you can even say, oh yeah, but it's an insurance company, so of course they treat client like shit. Everybody does this, but it seems that UnitedHealthcare treats them more like way more bad than other company in the same sector will do. So that's why for me, this on the long run will not be very good for them. So that's why it could be a C or a D. But they're controlling so much share of the market that it's difficult to put them very low because they are very like dominant and strong on it. Texas Pacific Land, this is a B or A. Why it's not higher? Because at the end it's still a business model where it's a great business model. Like once you own the land, like you literally have no competition, it's great. The thing is, you need to find another way to get land and so on. So if they stop getting land, maybe they will have growth which will be less fast and everything. So that's why I put it as a B. There should be no reason here, but same, I think that ASML or Amazon and so on have a better mode than Texas Pacific. It's very stable mode for them, while for those other company, it can grow. Intuit, I put it with Salesforce, maybe even a little bit under, okay, between C and A. It's a great company, but there is so many competition on the market. And what did actually Intuit do to make people use only them and make it, of course, it's difficult to change. Okay, there is a big cost of change, but I find like Salesforce a little bit higher than Intuit. So Intuit, I will put it as a B, but I put Salesforce a little bit more. S&P Global, for me it's a A or S. They have a triopoly on the rating market. They're providing great data. And the data things, there is a lot of competition, but on the credit rating, the market is for them. On other things, they are very good. They have the S&P 500 index, the Dow Jones index. S&P 500 is probably one of the the biggest index, so, and the most important one, the most looked one. So I put them as a S. And with MSCI, I put MSCI just under because S&P have more segment than MSCI. MSCI, in my opinion, is just under. It's still great, okay? I'm not saying MSCI is bad, but it's just under. And by the way, here, everything, it's a good moat, okay? I need to remind you. Evolution AB, I put it as a B or A because they are so present on the market. Evolution AB, they are providing a game for casino, online casino. And they really have a great business model, and they're getting more and more into regulation. And if they manage to do correctly with regulation without destroying their growth, the moat will be so strong that it could pass to the S. But for now, I put it as a B plus or A because, first of all, they produce the best game. They have new games all the time. They have great game. People are happy with the Evolution game. They are into unregulated market and regulated market. They're coming to the US. They're facing cyber security problem, but once solved, it will probably make them stronger. So that's why I think it's a B plus or A. Booking.com, it's between B and C. I will put it between as a B now because they really, they're everywhere. There is so many different services from them. The only problem is they depend a lot on traffic. Okay, they pay a lot to Google, probably to Meta as well, to have traffic. And even if they have Genius, Fidelity Program, and so on, it's not only Booking. Okay, you have as well inside Priceline, Agoda, and you have a lot of company here. I did a deep dive on this company on the channel. So it's a B because they depend a lot on this, and you can see some disruption. In my opinion, in 10 years, we'll still be using Booking. I use a lot Booking, but I cannot put them on the same level than Amazon or Microsoft, okay? It's there for me between B and A. I put them as a B. Arista Network, I put it as an A. Why not an S? Because they are not big enough, in my opinion, to be an S, but it's a growing moat. They are very efficient, very innovative. They have great product. Customers are so happy with Arista Network, and they are well positioned for all the hyperscaler. So all the companies that really have a lot of budget to invest, to have good network, good data, Arista is here. So Arista is a solid A. Apple is the A. I don't put it at a S because the thing is, lately they stopped being very innovative. I feel that Samsung, Huawei, and so on really come back to Apple, and I start feeling that they are kind of losing some of the customers, some of the core customers. Apple are losing them because they are too slow to provide like better things on iPhone and so on. But they continue to develop all the service around, which great margin. They are still growing. It's just that, in my opinion, if I have to pick between Microsoft and Apple or anything, Apple is less. Okay, the Moat is a bit less strong. It's a great brand, great recognition, but I'm not sure it deserves an S. Fortinet, it's a B or A. It's a great security provider. Like most of the cybersecurity thing, they need Fortinet. Fortinet do a great job. Why it's not an A? Because the environment is becoming more and more dangerous. Like there is so many new entrants on the market. You have Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Arista. They are all like deepening, they are widening and getting deeper and deeper in cybersecurity, that it could be a threat, especially eventually Arista, could potentially be a threat for Fortinet. Even though I feel that they could be a synergy between all of them, that the fact that they are going into cybersecurity should help Fortinet, okay, to grow. So it's either it helps it to grow, or it's either it's destroy a bit their moat. So it depends what you think of the situation. If you think it will make them stronger, A. If you think it will make them weaker, C, or eventually D. In my opinion, I don't know yet. Okay, I don't know yet. That's why it's a B. Lam Research, I put it as a A. Okay, I invested in Lam Research instead of ASML because I think they have good technology and they're in a part of the market. First, they're gaining share in their market. Plus, they're in a part where their competitive advantage is very solid and you have less incentive to come to disrupt Lam Research than to come to disrupt ASML. So that's why I'm more confident with Lam Research, plus the management is really, really good. So I put them as a solid A for the Moat. Okay, so this is the tier list for the Moat. Okay, all of these companies obviously have some kind of moat. You cannot become a quality business if you don't have a moat, but I think in the S is the one, in my opinion, from this list that really has the biggest moat. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about it. I will be really happy to see your feedback on this.